This firefighter swore someone was sitting on that empty couch just seconds ago, and the camera footage might just prove him right. Stop whatever you're doing right now. Before I say anything else, you need to watch this clip with me. Don't look away. March 4th, 2026. Rural America. A woman named Destiny is fast asleep in her bed. A sudden flash of lightning, unusual tremor, and suddenly evacuation. The lightning completely killed the power. But Destiny's battery-operated camera was still rolling. When she reviewed the footage, she noticed something in the corner. A faint shadow. A human silhouette. There for a second, then gone. I know what the skeptics are going to say. Camera artifact pixel compression. A trick of the light, music. But the human body senses danger before we do. When Destiny woke up, her cortisol levels were off the charts. Her brain registered a threat her eyes couldn't see. Fact, the real anomaly started minutes later. The fire crew was inside the living room doing a routine sweep. The second camera was active. Ordinary inspection. Ordinary flashlights. Until they reached the couch. The firefighter turns away, and the couch cushion slowly pops back up, as if a physical weight was just lifted off it. I can't explain it. The crew left the room, convinced they had seen someone out of the corner of their eyes. Right then, 2 candles on the table went out, back to back. No drafts, no airflow, just 2 lights dying. Science will tell us these are mere coincidences. The official report filed it as an electrical malfunction, but I'm not ready to rule out a third option. I've left the footage in the breakdown below. Watch it for yourself, and maybe tonight, keep the lights on. Stay in the dark. Turn off your lights and look closely at the screen. If you saw this child walking alone on a desolate, misty forest path, what would you do? The internet is trying to convince you this is Riker. Are you okay? But the algorithm is hiding a much colder reality.
Where's your mommy?
June 2022.
Here.
Montana. 3-year-old Riker Webb vanishes into the freezing, bear-infested wilderness. For 48 hours under freezing rain, he survived alone. When rescuers finally pulled him from a generator shed, his face was frozen in a state of absolute, shell-shocked horror. The video you just saw? That isn't him. The algorithm is cross-wiring a real tragedy with viral fiction. Why is the algorithm forcing this connection? Real crime channels and search engines matched the face of this child with Down syndrome to Riker's trauma to gather your clicks. When algorithms begin to hallucinate and alter our memories, history itself becomes a simulation. But this kind of reality manipulation isn't new. In fact, it's been happening for over 200 years. The forces that control our reality have always stayed in the shadows. They want you to believe the lie. They want you to ignore the glitches. But now, you know. Comment below if you've seen the truth. Wait, don't close this video yet. Look closely at this circle. The red circle around the fake Riker web, and the microscopic needle hole over Plato's head. What if these aren't just shapes? What if they are physical entry points? In the dense, foggy woods of Transylvania, Romania, there is a place where this circle is physically carved into the earth. It is called the Hoia Baciu Forest, and what is hidden beneath its canopy has been systematically erased from public records. As you step into Hoia Baciu, the air pressure drops, the trees here do not grow straight. They bend,
Like,
twist,
every time
warp
we spoke
uniform
about something,
curves
the creeks
that no
just down there,
botanist can fully explain.
Yeah.
It is as if some unseen gravitational field is constantly pulling them sideways. But at the exact epicenter of this twisted labyrinth lies the dead zone. A perfect, flawless circular clearing where absolutely nothing grows. For centuries, not a single tree, flower, or blade of grass has sprouted inside this circle. Scientists tested the soil. It is perfectly fertile. Yet, life refuses to cross the line. The forest gets its name from a local legend that has kept villagers terrified for generations. A shepherd named Baciu walked into the woods with a flock of 200 sheep. They entered the fog and vanished. Not a single trace, not a single bone, nor a piece of clothing was ever recovered. It's as if they walked through a physical delete key on our world. If you think this is just peasant folklore, tell me in the comments. Why does the local military and government still actively discourage people from entering these coordinates? Let me know your theories. But the shepherd was not the last. Years later, a 5-year-old girl wandered into the forest and disappeared. A massive search party found nothing. 5 years later, she walked out of the forest, wearing the exact same clean clothes she wore the day she vanished. She had not aged a single day. She had no memory of where she was, nor did she realize any time had passed. To her, it was only seconds. She had stepped inside the circle, where time itself is compressed. If this happened to your child, would you ever let them play near the woods again? Anyone who dares to enter the circular clearing reports the exact same physical symptoms. Compass needles spin erratically. Cell phone batteries drain from 100% to dead in seconds. Visitors are struck by intense nausea, anxiety, and deep bleeding scratches that appear on their skin from nowhere. But the most terrifying symptom is the feeling. An oppressive, suffocating sensation of being watched by something just out of your field of vision. The forest doesn't just block your signals. It actively processes you. From Socrates' painted prison to the circular void of Transylvania, the lines have already been drawn. They edit the painting, they edit the search results, and they edit our physical space. They want you to stay blind to the glitches. But now, you are awake. If you want to help us expose the simulation, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and comment the word void below. Let me know if you would survive a night inside the circle. And tonight, stay in the dark.